Welcome back to another insightful episode of Affordable Real Estate here in Merida, Yucatan. All right, so I'm viewing this property with Amelia, and as you can see, the properties look similar with the same tiling, and that's because the property next door is owned by the cousin of the person who owns this house because it was probably inherited from their grandfather. All right, so this is the bedroom, and I don't have a lot of footage for this property because there wasn't much to see. It was a simple two bedrooms, one bath, and the kitchen was at the back, so really there wasn't much. But I'm gonna be sharing with you the price, location, and also some specification of this property very shortly. But this is pretty much what one of the bedrooms look like. And now we're gonna go check out the specification. Talking about the specification of the house. Now I checked out this property a few months ago, so it might have been sold, but this is a case study just so you can see what's out there. All right, so this property was priced at almost 1.4 million pesos, so 1,390,000 Mexican pesos, and it measures about 5.4 meters at the front and 31.1 meters long, and meaning the total size is 167.94 meters square metered, meaning that it's almost 170 square meters. And it's located on the west of Centro Merida, and it's in a really good location because it's really close to the hospital zone. So on this street right here, Avenida Itza is, you have so many hospitals. You have the General Hospital, which I've actually been their patient once. You have the Hospital Militar for military. You have the Hospital, and you have Clinica Merida, which is a private hospital. So on this street right here, you have about four hospitals, and then if you go a little bit more west, you have a lot more hospitals. So it's a really good property to renovate and to rent out to medical professionals, nurses, doctors of different specializations, right? Really good location. And also this place right here, that is the zoo, the Centro Zoo, and then also you have the airport. So if you keep driving down on this road, Avenida Itaes, you will get to the airport. So let me show you quickly what I mean. So the property it's located somewhere in this area. So, and this is the road, Avenida Itaes, that I was talking about. So as you can see, this road takes you to the airport, and if you take it north, this road takes you to the beach. It takes you to the beach. As you can see, it takes you to the beach. And also that same Avenida Itaes road, it connects to Circuito Colonias, which is this one, and it takes you to the northeast of Merida. So you have Star Medica on this side, you have Atabadisa Mall on this side, and then you also have La Isla Mall on this side, right? So that is a really good location. And also because it's in Centro, right? So the property, like I said, it's in this area. It's because it's in Centro and it's on a major road actually. You come out of the house and you can take the bus to, major places in Centro, or you can even walk. If you want to go take a stroll at the zoo, it's about maybe a 10 minutes walk to the zoo, a very prime location. And this is another park right here, Parque de las Luces or Parque de la Paz. They changed the name a while back. So as you can see, so you have the hospital here, you have a few schools also for medical professionals also in this area. That's one thing I forgot to mention. So you have a few schools for medical professionals in the west of Merida. So this is a really good location, and if you want to purchase a property like that, renovate it and then rent it out to a professional, like a medical professional, I mean, you're going to be getting tenant all the time because the hospital is always hiring. They are always occupied. Or you can even rent it out on Airbnb, for example, and family members who have, they have relatives at one of the hospitals and they came from out of town or sometimes out of the state can rent and they can stay at your property. So let's go back here. So the property measures 5.4 meters at the front, so it's quite narrow, and it's 31 meters long, and it's only two bedrooms and one bathroom, but you can always add an additional bathroom because there is space for that as well. This property actually needs a little bit of demolition at the back because the kitchen, the ceiling for the kitchen was very low. And for me, being a very short person, I was like, this kitchen is too low. And then they had the audacity to install a ceiling fan. I was like, this is a health hazard right here. Like, I kept dodging the fan. I was like, are you guys kidding me? You guys could have bought a standing fan. You could have bought a standing fan. Like, you don't need to install a ceiling fan. Like, are you kidding me? So the kitchen at the back might need to be demolished so that you can work properly. Or you can actually bring the kitchen. You can bring it to the front and put it in a living room, right? And if you don't have a lot of budget, you don't need to do any demolition to the bedrooms. You can just conserve what they look like and just paint them and you can change the floors. But if you have a little bit more budget, then you can do some demolition to like bring the house to the state you're looking for. And also the ceiling of the house, it's kind of irregular. Some parts of the house is like high ceiling, some parts it's like low ceiling. All right, so as you can see here, it says that this house it's for renovation and it's in Centro. It's close to Santiago. So that house is actually in the Santiago neighborhood. But Santiago is also close to San Sebastian, close to La Ermita, and like I said earlier, it's very close to the airport based on where it's located. And this is pretty much what the house looks like. So you can change the tiles if you want to, or if you don't have a lot of budget, you can just keep it like that. And the bathroom might need some work as well, depending on what you're planning to rent it out for. So that's the kitchen, and it's at the back. And this is the backyard. So the backyard is big enough to put a swimming pool. If you want to put a swimming pool, you can put a garden, right? But it's all concrete. You can obviously remove the concrete to make it to the standard that you are looking at. All right. So I'm going to put the US equivalent of the measurement on the screen. I'm also going to put the US dollar as of July 2025, August 2025. I'm also going to put that on the screen as well so that you have that. But this is mainly a case study just so you can see what's out there. This property might not be available because I saw it about 8 months ago. I'm just getting to actually editing the video. So just so you can see what's out there in terms of pricing. These prices, they still exist in 2025. You just have to find the right realtor and also find the right realtor that will find you good quality. So this property, as you can see, it's less than 1.5 million and it doesn't need a lot of renovation. You can see the walls and the floors, they are in a really good condition, and the walls are actually built with blocks, not stones, not mamposteria, not stones, meaning that it's easier to maintain. As you can see, there's no damage or anything on the wall, right? The wall good to go, the floors good to go, like pretty much good to go. So there isn't much to renovate. If you want to renovate it, it depends on how luxurious, how fancy you want to renovate it to. It depends on your clientele. So who are you renting to? But this neighborhood, because like I said, it's really close to the zona hospitalis, so the hospital zone, right? So it might be a really good place to rent out to medical professionals or to family members who have patients long term, maybe a few weeks or what have you, at the hospital. And also, of course, because it's in Centro, you can also rent it out to typical tourists as well. All right, so let me know what you think about this property. Is this a good deal? Is this something you will consider? What are some of the things that you might do to the house to renovate it? And how much do you think you might need to renovate this house. For me, I'm thinking 100,000 pesos, right, to renovate the house. So that will be the material and labor. And so that will be, for example, if you want to change the floors and painting, definitely painting, as well as the bathroom. So the bathroom and the kitchen, definitely they do need some work. And it's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. You can leave it as 2 bedroom, 1 bath, or you can add an additional bathroom and have it to be 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. Right. So again, that might increase your budget a little bit. But and then if you want to put a swimming pool, that's an additional 200,000 or thereabouts, depending on the size of the swimming pool, right? So yeah, as you can see, and also the pavement, the for the parking lots, it's good to go. This gates that I have here, good to go. Pretty much everything is good to go, right? Uh, the doors, you can keep the doors, or you can make your own door. So let me know what you think about this property. Is this a good deal? Do you think it's something that is in your budget or that's in your interest? And also location wise. Let me know in the comment section. And please do remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.